That's the type of coach that
Hold on.
you talk about instilling confidence into your players. How do you think that makes Shedeur feel? I don't know who the backup is?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. You really gonna bring up Bailey Zappi from the practice squad and make him the backup over me and I've been on the active roster? Either Kevin Stifansky thinks Shedeur Sanders is Magic City parking lot, straight ass, or he just don't like him. This is the perfect example of take all your confidence away from a player. He must got some pictures or some evidence on Jimmy Haslam. Like, I've never seen.
Kevin Stifansky just did what no one saw coming. He snapped on Shedeur Sanders and somehow managed to drag the entire fan base into it too. The same fans who've been riding the Shedeur hype train like it's the hottest ticket in town just got hit with a cold dose of reality. Stifansky's calm coach act, gone. The man's officially in meltdown mode, and the internet can't stop watching. What did Shedeur do this time to push his coach from poker face strategist to headline-making chaos? Let's break this mess down. Stifansky has now entered his I said what I said era. No hesitation, no apologies, no filters. He's ignoring the thousands of Browns fans yelling at him through their TVs, demanding Shedeur take the reins. Social media is basically a protest march at this point. Hashtags flying, fans arguing, everyone begging for change. But Stifansky, he's sitting in that office like a Zen master who just doesn't care. He thinks his plan makes sense, maybe only to him, but that's enough. This man treats controversy like a fly buzzing near his ear. Annoying, sure, but not worth lifting a finger for. The city could be burning down around him. Sports talk shows could be screaming his name in all caps, and Stifansky would still have that same blank look like he's wondering whether he left the stove on.
Extremely confident, saying that he feels very strongly about Deshaun, that he loves working with Deshaun. He called Deshaun a gym rat to us. He said that the conversations that they have, the back and forth that they have, all of that, you know that Kevin Stifansky does indeed have a tremendous relationship with his quarterback. And I think the excitement is finally seeing the payoff that they've been working so hard towards. And it's having patience in each other to some degree.
He doesn't flinch, not when fans boo, not when analysts drag him, not even when the quarterback stat line looks like a bad Madden simulation. Cleveland wants Shedeur. The locker room whispers Shedeur. Even the mascot's probably barking for Shedeur. But Stifansky, he just gives that polite stone-cold nope, wrapped in coach speak and a mountain of stubborn pride. It's almost poetic how determined this man is. You'd think Kevin Stifansky was guarding the nation's launch codes, not a quarterback depth chart. He's clutching that decision like it's a sacred family relic passed down through generations. Week after week, fans keep hoping. Maybe this Sunday's the one. Maybe he'll finally wake up and realize Shedeur Sanders is sitting right there, calm, confident, and built for the spotlight. But nope, Stifansky stares at that clipboard like it's the Bible of football truth and insists the process is working. Except the only process anyone sees is the fans losing their patience.
Great job rehabbing, doing a good job in meetings. Good player. Again, it's a really nice marriage of the scheme and his skill set with how quickly he gets the ball out, how accurate he is when he gets the ball out. I think he sees it really, really clearly, can get the ball to all areas of the field and get the ball in the hands of the playmakers.
Social media has turned into a full-blown therapy session for Cleveland. Every post-game thread looks the same, a mix of heartbreak, disbelief, and memes. It starts with a virtual group hug, then ends in a digital riot. Top comment every week, play Shedeur. Second one, fire Stifansky. It's become the new Sunday ritual. Same frustration, different week. Fans aren't even trying to hide it anymore. They're writing open letters, roasting him in comment sections, and turning his press conferences into remix anthems. Someone even made a meme of Stifansky staring at his clipboard while the stadium burns behind him. It's gone viral. And get this, there's a rumor that one guy actually changed his car horn to sound like a Shedeur highlight call. That's how deep this obsession runs. But Stifansky, he's out here acting like he deleted social media for peace of mind. The problem? He's still coaching, so now the whole team and the entire city is stuck in that awkward silence with him. It's wild how unbothered he looks. Most coaches under this kind of pressure would at least fake some panic, pace the sidelines, slam a headset, something. But not Stifansky. he just stands there, stone cold calm, wearing that quiet little smirk like he's watching a movie he's already seen. And somehow he knows exactly how it ends.
Quarterback after, only 9 points are scored and how the quarterback did. Can you just address, and especially because of your situation with Shedeur and so many people clamoring for him and wanting to see him, do you have thoughts on how the offensive problems are run much deeper right now than quarterback, and that switching out the quarterback might not solve what you have going on here?
Yeah, I think just the big focus for us, Mary Kay, is we have to be better in all areas, players, coaches, you name it. Obviously, Dylan is in his second start, some good things to build off of. He's learning just like all young players are.
In Kevin Stifansky's mind, the ending plays out just fine. But in the fans' minds, it's a straight-up horror movie, written, directed, and produced by pure stubbornness. Every time he doubles down, you can almost hear the collective disbelief echoing across Cleveland. Week after week, fans keep asking the same question: why not Shedeur? And Stifansky's answer, though never said out loud, might as well be, because I don't feel like it. It's the ultimate display of calm defiance. Not angry, not loud, just confidently wrong with the composure of a yoga instructor. It's like he's reading from a self-help book titled How to Be Chill While the World Burns. And the craziest part, he genuinely believes sticking to the same tired script is gonna fix everything. There's something weirdly artistic about his stubbornness. It's like watching a guy follow his GPS right into a lake, insisting the route is still correct while the water's rising. He's gripping the wheel of his plan with a death stare of conviction, ignoring every red flag and every fan on the shore, waving flares, screaming, "Turn around!" Meanwhile, the pressure is boiling, the city's losing it, talk shows are exploding, and even national analysts are side-eyeing Cleveland like, bro, are you serious? But Stifansky, he's in full Zen monk mode. You can picture him waking up, scrolling through chaos online, taking a sip of his morning coffee, and calmly whispering to himself, still not playing him. Fans are over it.
The more I never want Shedeur to step foot on the field in a Browns uniform. Yesterday, Browns versus Steelers, Kevin Stifansky, because he's the offensive play caller, he had Dylan Gabriel throw 52 American passes in a football game, 0 touchdowns. What offensive coordinator has a quarterback, a rookie quarterback at that, in his second start, throw 52?
Each disappointing game feels like another episode of a sitcom that should have been canceled 2 seasons ago. They've cycled through every emotional stage: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and now they've reached the final one. Burn it all down. They want action, they want fire, they want change, any change. But Stifansky, he keeps preaching patience like he's running a meditation retreat instead of a football team. The whole situation's turned into a league-wide punchline. Commentators can barely keep a straight face anymore, half laughing, half stunned, saying things like, still not playing Shedeur, huh? While the rest of the NFL watches in disbelief. Opposing coaches are probably sending Kevin Stifansky thank you cards at this point because his game plans become so predictable, it's practically a gift. It's like he's trying to prove a point no one ever asked him to make. Every week, the fans scream, analysts lose their minds, memes go viral, and Stifansky just calmly glances at his watch like, oh, we're doing this again? He's turned stubbornness into performance art. At this point, it's not even about football, it's about pride. Stifansky's gone too far to turn back now. If he finally starts Shedeur and the kid dominates, everyone will say, told you so, and Stifansky's ego might explode right there on the sideline. But if he keeps benching him and keeps losing, at least he gets to say he never wavered.
We don't know what to believe coming from Kevin Stifansky's mouth. Always talking about, Shedeur Sanders not ready. Also, he's talking about, he basically, getting all his guys prepared. But as a head coach, Your job is to play the players. Now with the general manager and the owner, they orchestrate and construct the ride.
It's the hill he's chosen to die on, and he's decorating that hill like it's a vacation home with a nice view. Meanwhile, the locker room energy feels off. You can feel it. Tight smiles, nervous laughter, that awkward vibe people get when they're pretending everything's fine, but it's absolutely not. It's like one of those weird family photos where everyone's smiling through the tension because grandma said, "Say cheese." Everyone in that building knows what's wrong, but nobody's saying it out loud. It's like being stuck at a dinner party where someone brought up politics, forced laughs, fake calm, and a whole lot of people wishing they were somewhere else. Even Shedeur's handling it like a total pro. Cool, focused, silent. But deep down, you know he's wondering if he accidentally joined a team where logic went on vacation. He's sitting there watching the chaos unfold, knowing he could flip the momentum in one drive if given the chance. But Stifansky's plan? It doesn't involve momentum. It involves trusting the process, which is coach speak for, "Please stop asking me about Shedeur." But Cleveland's fan base doesn't do, "Please stop asking." They're relentless, loud, loyal, and tired of deja vu heartbreak. They've seen this movie too many times, the one where hope turns into heartbreak and patience turns into memes. This city's been through so much football trauma, they've developed emotional calluses. Every bad play, every weird coaching decision, it's all part of the Cleveland script at this point. And now Stifansky's refusal to unleash Shedeur just feels like the latest rerun in an endless saga of confusion. It's reached a point where even rival fans are sending condolences like someone just died, tweeting thoughts and prayers for Browns Nation, usually followed by a row of laughing emojis. The whole league is watching this train wreck, not out of rivalry, but pure fascination. It's football meets reality TV, drama, denial, and shoulder pads. And yet somehow, Stifansky's out here acting like he's immune to chaos. No panic, no sweat, no self-doubt.
That's the we. I have to be better for this football team. Our coaches have to be better for this football team. Our players have to be better for this football team. The bottom line is there's things that will hold you back from winning, and you got to knock those out so you give yourself a chance. He's a tough kid. We got to keep him clean. Obviously, when the game turns into how it turned, the two-score game, you have to drop back, and that's a tough team to drop back versus, but he kept battling. It wasn't for lack of effort by him or by anybody. Made some plays.
The man walks into press conferences with the calm confidence of a monk on vacation. You could hand him a binder full of tweets calling for his job, and he'd probably just smile and say, "We're trusting the process." He's walking a tightrope with no safety net, completely sure he won't fall. He genuinely believes the storm will pass, that staying loyal to his truth will earn him some cosmic reward. But meanwhile, Cleveland's looking around like, so, is the reward an early vacation? Fans aren't even asking for miracles anymore. They just want effort, a sign of life, something that proves the coach is watching the same game they are. Because at this point, the people in the stands are starting to wonder if Stifansky's headset is even plugged in. But Stifansky's approach has become so painfully steady, it's starting to feel like a full-on parody. You can practically picture him hiding out in some dimly lit bunker, surrounded by play charts and analytics, quietly whispering to himself, "Stay the course," while the city above him burns down in football chaos. Every game day feels like Groundhog Day on repeat. The same calls.
It's coming out. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to dealing with Shedeur Sanders. Basically, they saying that Shedeur's not ready. He don't know the playbook, whoop-de-woo, and all this. I find that hard to believe. Shedeur Sanders is a master at his craft. And when you're saying that this guy don't know the playbook, he's just not ready.
The same mistakes, the same slow motion heartbreak. Everyone's waiting for that one game where he finally lets Shedeur cook. But nope, the man's faith in his own plan is stronger than Cleveland's Wi-Fi signal. The wildest part, if Stifansky had just played Shedeur early on, none of this madness would even exist. Win or lose, at least fans would have felt movement, momentum, hope, something to rally behind. Instead, they're stuck watching a coach whose calmness has become its own form of performance art. And that's the tragic comedy of it all. A fan base that cares too much, a coach who cares too little, and a talented rookie caught right in the middle, waiting for a chance to prove he's more than just a backup name on a clipboard. It's football theater at its most dramatic. Every loss adds a fresh punchline. Every stubborn decision spawns a new meme, and somehow, every week, Stifansky levels up his unbothered energy. You'd think at some point he'd finally crack, maybe throw in Shedeur just to quiet the noise. But no, he's found peace in the madness. He's built a shrine to his stubbornness and is meditating inside it. It's almost spiritual at this point. Fans see a mess. Stifansky sees a masterpiece in progress. Everyone's watching the train wreck, and he's admiring the craftsmanship of the tracks. The season's slipping away. Tempers are rising. The pressure's building, and somehow, the louder the crowd yells, the calmer he gets. It's like he's feeding off their frustration, turning every boo into another deep breath of, "I told you so."
Shedeur, because he won't even speak Shedeur's name in these interview sessions. It's like Parcells when T.O. was there. He wouldn't even call his name. He just called him the player, remember that? And this is degenerated into, every time he's asked about Shedeur, he just plays dodgeball and with a bunch of non-answers. And yesterday, he wouldn't even go so far as, and I understand your point about maybe it's not a great thing to be the...
If that's the case, then Kevin Stefanski's dining like a king right now. Cool, collected, and completely unbothered while the whole city loses its mind. Maybe that's his real secret. He doesn't fear pressure because he refuses to even acknowledge it exists. Fans, background noise, media outrage, just static, ownership panic, he probably tunes that out too. All he sees is his playbook, his truth, and an unshakable belief that one day everyone will look back and realize he was right all along. Whether that's bravery or pure madness, nobody can quite tell anymore. But one thing's certain, Cleveland's patience has officially hit empty. They've lived through this same story too many times. Stubborn coach, wasted potential, heartbreak on repeat. Unless Stifansky can turn that trust the process mantra into actual touchdowns, his fate won't be decided by the scoreboard. It'll be decided by the fans. Because right now, the entire city's watching a man cling to his plan while the world around him begs for common sense. If his strategy is to stay calm while everything burns, then congratulations. He's the most peaceful man in a 5-alarm fire. The stadium's on edge, talk shows are in chaos, and Stifansky's out here acting like he's meditating through it all. He's reached a level of chill that's either legendary or delusional. So while the rest of Cleveland spirals, he'll keep pretending the flames don't exist. Because if Kevin Stifansky has proven one thing this season, it's that he's mastered the art of not caring, even when the entire football world is begging him to wake up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because this story's not over yet, and you won't want to miss what happens next. See you on the next one.